Started with a tap firm and lock hash jush. Instruction, precise cutting through the serene summer air, like a knife. Michael, a man of few words, who had spent over 30 years in his modest Wiltshire house, had never imagined this kind of invasion in his quiet existence. As he reached the door, his mind was panicky. Was it a neighbor? A delivery? But when he opened to find two officers on his porch, their facial expressions unreadable, his world pitched by. "We're here to come and see a disturbance," one of seated clutching a clipboard. Michael's heart dropped. His days were simple, coffee by the pond, keeping guard over his lies, the hum of a quiet street curling round him like a soothing blanket. A disturbance from him. The notion was absurd, but he did not panic, and greeted them in minutes. Annette, the new strict neighbor with her slick veneer and chilly demeanor, arrived, firing allegations that left him frozen. "He doesn't belong here," she snapped, her voice venomous. "Laying waste to our village." Michael was taken aback, the weight of her words coming crashing down on him. This was not just a misunderstanding, it was personal, tinged with prejudice that wounded deeper than he ever believed possible for a man who had lived a life of quiet dignity. Being called an outsider in his own village was unthinkable. What could possibly drive someone to such craziness? This tale of betrayal, defiance, and a man's battle for his reputation are acted out here on two stories where the truth comes out in unexpected ways no one sees coming. Stay tuned to see how Michael turns the tables in a battle he never asked for, but won't lose. Michael's morning routine was his sanctuary. The rising sun bathed his garden in soft amber hues as he brewed his coffee and tended the colorful flourishes he cared for these years. It was the routine of peace and isolation, a daily reminder of the reasons he'd made this peaceful corner of Wiltshire decades base. Local grocer shopkeepers, who had previously welcomed him warmly, now avoided his gaze. Posters began to appear round the village, grainy images of Michael in his garden, captioned with vicious invective. "Does this man make you feel safe? Demand a safer neighborhood." Each fresh attack wore down Michael's calm. He lay wakeful nights, torturing himself over what he had done to provoke so much malice. His garden, once a haven, now resembled a stage on which Annette played out her vendetta. Yet even in her desperation, Michael's resolve stiffened. "She won't triumph," he told himself, cradling a mug of tea in trembling hands. "I won't let her get the better of me." Determined to fight back, Michael sought support. Mrs. Bennet, his older neighbor, offered rock-solid support. "That woman's mad," she declared one evening across the fence. "We all know who you are, Michael. She's the outsider here." Mr. Singh, whose security camera overlooked in part Michael's property, handed over vital footage of Annette trespassing, looking into windows, and even breaking branches off. From his fibs to stage her photographs, bolstered by evidence and the support of those who still hoped for him, Michael met with a solicitor. The legal process was intimidating, but he channeled his energy into gathering statements, piecing together footage, and submitting a 7-page formal complaint. The day he delivered the pile of evidence, he had a glimmer of hope for the first time in weeks. When the court summons arrived on Annette's doorstep, her self-satisfied confidence wavered. At the hearing, Michael sat silently as his solicitor presented the stack of evidence. The CCTV footage told 1,000 words. Annette stood, crouched by his fence, her phone fixed on his house, trespassing and interfering with his garden. Witness statements presented her as a woman fixated on destroying a neighbor who did nothing wrong. Even the police report of the day she called them with fictitious claims did not help.